You would have thought by now that family channels have evolved to like their maximum capacity for like how much tomfoolery they could possibly create, you know? But no, like a virus, they are forever evolving into like the most pure form of obvious capitalism, disregarding all morals and feelings in visual social media form. And what does that mean? I don't really know, but hopefully I can get my point across in this video essay. Hello there, my name is Cal Does Life, and on this channel we do video essays talking about things on the internet, and then we all share our opinions in the comment section. Don't know why I'm doing this. This is not a rave, but if that sounds like fun for you, please feel free to subscribe. And if you're not new here, I'm definitely not ill anymore. And also, hello, I feel good. I did go on a walk today for my mental health. No, that sounds so boomery. Anyways, let's get into it. Yeah. Right, so we all know family channels, right? You know, those people that forego their children's happiness all in the name of content. What's that, little Timmy? You've had a rough day at school? I'm gonna put it on the internet for the cash monies, and then I'm gonna sell plans in my bio link. You know, the link you can click on? I'm gonna sell stuff on there. We all know them, right? And then just like the theory of evolution, those family channels then evolved into RV family channels. And in recent times, they have been spawning left, right, and center. Like, I first came across this channel a while back, and boom, since then I've come across like dozens and dozens more, just oversharing their life and their personal circumstances in very tight quarters where you can't escape. And if you thought that was bad, literally last night I came across a family channel documenting their life on a sailing boat. And it's not because of certain circumstances that made them mean they had to live on a sailing boat. They just chose to live on a sailing boat full time. And why, I hear you ask? Because the parents wanted to see the world. So first off, I want to give some context to this whole video essay. So I'm going to show you some of the RV channels and that boat channel I found, so that later on I can be like, this is worse than original family channels and this is why. Okay, so here's the first TikTok I came across.
Here are the top things we looked for in an RV when we were hitting the road as a large family. First is sleeping arrangements. Is there enough room for everyone to sleep? In this RV, the couch turned into a pretty big size bed, but there's also a full-size bunk room in here. This bunk room has 4 beds, so this RV actually has 6 places for everyone to sleep.
I've seen prison cells in prisons that have better conditions than this. 6 children should not be living in your RV, no matter how premium and nice you make it look with all those fake white marble interior, whatever. It's just not fair. There's no way around it. Like, part of development and fundamental development as a child is having private time to yourself, to, you know, express yourself without being surrounded by people, so you can be your authentic self. You know, you just want to go off and do your own thing sometimes. And yes, obviously it is very normal to share a room with your sibling as a child. You know, I did that for my whole time whilst I stayed at home. I shared a room with my sibling, but you know, it was a house, so there'd be times when we wouldn't be in the same room and we could have time by ourselves, quiet time, or whatever you want to call it, just to be with our thoughts. You can't tell me in that RV there is a single space you could possibly go where you're not gonna get harassed or just bump into someone else, or just, you know when you're just on edge and you just want to sit by yourself and you just feel tension because you know there's just someone near you, and that's just enough to like set you off. Not you though, love a lot. I love you, and you Funshine Bear, and you Skog, and you Downstairs Bear. That bear's literally just called Downstairs Bear. I got them from a charity shop. Anyway, let me show you some more crazed RV families that have like indoctrinated their children to make them think that this is good and great for them.
Lane 4. We live and travel full-time in this RV. Come check out where my brother and I sleep. Our bunk beds are right behind these doors. The top bunk is mine. We have a storage area at the back for all our books, toys, stuffed animals, and personal things. Then the bottom bunk is my brother's.
Make sure you say you've got enough space for all your personal things, okay? Mummy needs to look like a good person on the internet for validation and monies. I just want to be able to sleep at night without having to listen to my brother snoring or him playing like Nintendo DS or whatever, you know, people do when they're young. But dear Lord, it just feels so fake and artificial. Like, now say the buzzwords so everybody thinks that we're great parents despite us putting our wants and needs first. And this is like another one just kind of showing, and it's a bit savage because it's a bit of a sad story, but this next TikTok perfectly shows like people blindly convincing themselves that they're putting their children's needs first when they're simply not.
We're a family of 6 living full-time in our camper with our 4 kids, and today is move day. We have been working, adventuring, homeschooling, and living full-time in our RV for 4 years now. This journey started for us back in 2018 when we almost lost our son to undiagnosed type 1 diabetes and celiac disease. While we were in the hospital waiting for him to become stable and not even sure what his future looked like, both my husband and I had so many regrets of things we had not done and seen and experienced with our 5-year-old son.
Right, so clearly that is so heartbreaking, right? The thought of nearly losing one of the children that you procreated with your, like, the love of your life, like the thought of losing one of your mini-me's must be like the most hurtful, torturous thing in the world. But how can you take that and then make it about you? Little bro was in the hospital trying not to die, and you've been like, you know what we need? We need to get on the road, the great big open road. No 5-year-old has thought, oh, I'm so ill in hospital, I hope I recover, and then go see the world. They just want to eat candy and, like, I don't know, be a literal child, not spend the next 10 years or whatever the most formative years of their life in a cramped space. No matter how premium it is, and no matter how much that stupid RV cost, it's not enough space for like a family of 6, whatever way you paint it. And like the fact that this family had the courage to go online and be like, our child was very ill, and we shook things up and went on the road. It's nuts. How can you make that about you? Like, that blows my mind. And that's what a lot of these RV channels are. It's just deluded parents convincing themselves that their children's love this and they're doing the right thing and they're doing it for their children, when it's not. It's not at all. You're putting your wants and needs first above your child, and then to make it even worse, you're monetizing. You're selling plans on how to do it, how to be like us. You're monetizing it by making content about it. You're sticking cameras in their face when they probably just want to chill. It's insane. Like, surely we can all agree this is mental. And then this other RV channel did this video being like, well, these I don't know what I'm saying, but because I'm annoyed, but like, I just saw this other RV channel trying to be like all high and mighty, posing questions to us. Let me just show you the questions they were posing in their TikTok.
Imagine your kid comes home from public school and says, Mom, I hate school. I never want to go back. How many parents are actually going to listen and start homeschooling their kids and quit their job? What if your kid doesn't like your town? What if they don't like the people and ask to move to a new town? What if they hate snow and want to leave a northern state? Do you actually listen to them, uproot your whole family and move to a new town? What if your child says, I want to travel more, I want to go on more vacations? Do you do it?
I don't even know the word for it, but it's beyond like immoral. It's the thing politicians do. They try and dance around a subject and make it an emotional thing rather than a factual thing. And the facts are, you're doing this because you want to do this, okay? You're the one that has the money to do this, not your children. They have no job, they have no active income. You're the one that's deciding to uproot your children, and then you're just trying to pose it around things like, well, what if they don't like school? I hated school. I was bullied when I was young, but I'm so glad I went through it instead of being like on the road, because you need those fundamental years of like socialization and stuff so you become a half normal human being, right? I know there's some circumstances where you do need to be homeschooled, right? But for the vast majority, it's not going to be a beneficial experience, because there's a reason teachers go to like college and university for like higher education so they can be good teachers. If you think you can be a full-time parent, an RV blogger, vlogger, and an incredibly good teacher, you're deluded and you're just telling yourself false lies and false promises because you're trying to just spear gun this dream that you want and your partner want at the detriment of your children's social, emotional, all of the growths. You're stunting your children for your own wants and needs. Super whack and not cool. I'm out of breath. I've been talking far too fast. Ooh. And before I forget and get like actually into like the why I think this is horrific and heinous, let me show you the boat family, because this is just like the evolution. You thought Charmander, the family channels, were tough. No, you thought Charmeleon, the RV families, were tough. No, wait till you see freaking Charizard, the boat family, because this is like, let's make it look cool and fun because we're going swimming and, I don't know, stroking dolphins and whatever, I don't know, patting manta rays or whatever. I don't know, you're doing all these cool things which people like to do on holidays. But if you just think about it with a modicum of like thought, it ain't all sunshines and rainbows. Let's look at it.
Hi, we're the Boomershines, a family of 4 who have moved aboard a 56-foot motor yacht to do the Great American Loop and beyond. Meet Captain Mark, our fearless leader. I'm Admiral Cinda, First Mate Belle, and Bosun Rex. And we can't forget the ship kitties.
So basically, Ma and Pa wanted to go on a world cruise and they just so happened to have procreated a little while back, so they're taking them with them. Oh, what happens, genuinely, what happens if you like fall out with your parents? You can't storm off on a boat. Do you just jump in the water and try and find Atlantis and then explain to Poseidon why you've joined his city? Can you give me some gills, Poseidon? I hate it up there. Like, this is wild. It just makes my brain go, because there's no way they're getting all the stimulus they need for like education and like social growth and forming friendships that are all very important things for most people in their development. It's just neglecting that for, oh, but he got to stroke a dolphin. Yes, the dolphin can't come to his birthday party. You know? Wait, maybe it can. Call from the sea. Wait, what noise does the dolphin make? Wait, why can't I make a dolphin noise? Awful. Got energy today. But yeah, I feel I've shown you the sucky, terrible family channels and how they're just getting progressively worse. Let's get into, no, I don't know why I'm being like a early 2000s vlogger, but let's discuss why I think this is heinous and immoral. And I think the first point I want to discuss is how like this feels so heinously detached from reality, and like how like whatever way you shape it up, this is like pure capitalism. I would try and rub my hands together if I could, but like it's just very bad. Like, so originally with family channels, you know, stuff like the Dougherty dozen that will do like days out with my children, which is weird because if it's a special day out with one of your children, you know, you thought you'd prioritize just spending time with them, but no, you film it regardless. You're doing that, and then another video might be like my shopping haul or whatever. With these RV channels where it's just like one long room with some separators, all the content pretty much revolves around your kids, or your kids will always be in the background of your content. There's no escape from being part of your parents' evil plan to profit off you for money. Look, my children are happy, they're always in the back of my videos reading or something. I don't know. Why are the kids always reading or something in the back of the videos? It all feels so staged and so forced. They just love the pursuit of knowledge. No, they wanted a PS5, but you said there's no room for one, or there's not enough plug outlets. So now they're just stuck reading books about PS5s. I don't know. They just want some normality. Their children are forced and subjected to being a prop in their machine, their parents' machine, instead of, you know, just being a normal human. And that must do an absolute number on you mentally and physically. It must be so taxing. It must suck. And like, I don't know about you, but when I was a teenager, I had this feeling that I only had when I was a teenager, and it must be unique to being a teenager, more cow teenager. But like, do you know when you just feel so overstimulated and overwhelmed, and you just want to scream, and it's probably because like all your hormones are changing and stuff, but you want to be like, I need to go to my expression room. Where's your, not that I had an expression room, but I mean like your bedroom or something, or just a bathroom where you can't also hear everybody else in the house, you know? Just some sort of space to call your own. That need as a teenager is so real and so valid, and not having that, how do you not go clinically insane? Like, I would have just, oh my gosh, like, do you know that unique feeling and just not being able to get away anywhere, or like go outside into your garden? I saw one video, I'll try and find it, hopefully I can still find it for all of the videos I've sifted through, being like, well actually my children don't mind our RV being small and having to share and sleep on the couches or whatever because they're outside most of the time. Yeah, probably because they're finding the local woods to go screaming it, so they can get some sort of privacy. I don't know if I even articulated that properly, but boy does that stress my brain out. I just feel horrifically bad for these children because they're foregoing so many things that our children has. And I know lots of people forego these things anyway in a house, but surely the probability or chances you get of having some sort of alone time is probably a bit better in a house. And the parent trying to be like, well, they can just go outside. Yeah, but it's not your backyard or whatever. It's literally outside. And I don't know if you've read the news recently, it's not that safe for children to be unattended by themselves outside. It's just the sad reality of life. All these RV channels are being like, no, the children love it. They say they want to travel more, they're outside more. It all just sounds like, if you really infer what's going on, a big me. I want to do this so they can get into it too. Yeah. Sorry, I saw my arm do like a whip, and I just actually wanted to do an actual whip. How you're trying to make a video essay here, buddy. What you doing? But like, also to go back to the point where the person was trying to do this like really fake, thought-provoking Jaden Smith-esque questions, being like, what if your child said to you, Mama, I don't care about your 9 to 5. I want to go on the road. I want to travel. Would you do it? First of all, when has like a freaking child, how old are you at that height? I don't know, like a 6-year-old said, actually, I want to travel more. They haven't. No child is like, yeah, no, I did Thailand last summer, but this summer I want to tick off Bali. Yeah, your fake lies are being perpetuated for your videos, RV channels, and I'm coming for you. That is destroying my voice. I can't do which voice anymore. Sensitive vocal cords. Me. Anyway, if parents are like, yeah, but they did say it. Little Jimbo Slice did say it. Okay, have you met a child? Well, yes, you've procreated, so you've met a child. Okay, cool. So, your children are malleable, like clay. So, if you stuff an idea down their throat, or you just keep talking about an idea, that will be their truth. You know? They're like little mindless animals that will just go along with whatever you say because they haven't got the cognitive development to rationalize and reason. So basically, whatever idea you put out there, they'll be your little propaganda machine and be like, yeah, this is fun. I would like my own place to express myself though, but that's okay. I'll keep it in and keep it in and keep it in until I'm 30. And then I'll have a meltdown. And why does my girlfriend look like my mother? Anyway, let's not digress into boy mums and all of that world. Also, like, the one I do want to address, but also, like, I'm aware it's a complex nature of something, but, like, education for these RV parents, I do really want to stress, I understand there are lots of scenarios where it is very needed to educate your child at home. But surely if we just rationally think, how many of them actually get a really good education? I know there's loads of famous people that have had homeschooling and they've turned out to be hyper successful. But once again, those are anecdotal cases that people will pick upon and choose. How many of these people can truly say they're being good teachers to their children? Because I just don't get how it like can actually work. If your full-time job is being a content creator and showing all your family life on this RV, how can you also be a good present teacher if you know you're driving most of the time, you're moving to different locations? Because a lot of these people also do like RV shows. It seems like a weird pyramid scheme of selling RVs to other families, selling them this dream. It's a mess. I don't get how through all of that you can also be a really good teacher. Like, how do you teach them math, science, history, English, religious studies, communication and culture? All of these, and I know it kind of sucked going to school and learning all of these things, but it's kind of good to have a base knowledge and understanding about all of these things so that you're, you know, a functional human. It's like, well, when do you use algebra? Well, it's not that I use algebra regularly, but it's more the fact that I did learn it. So, like, it's good to put your brain through some sort of mental stress, right? So that when it comes to, I don't know, learning things you're actually interested in when you're older, you don't just quit on square one because it's a bit tough and it's overwhelming, right? You have some fight in you. Algebra really wore me down, but I threw a few rounds with it, so you know you can kind of see what I'm getting at there, right? Hopefully, I sure hope you're good at inferring. I really hope you are. The increased popularity of like RV channels just seems like one big melting pot where it's waiting for something just horrible to happen. And I'm not saying horrible as in like, you know, one of the kids just splits because they can't express themselves and goes crazy and, I don't know, does something sad or heinous or immoral to their family members because they force them on this ride instead of giving them a normal life. I'm not saying anything like that, but it could just be like the long-term effects it has on these children. Who cares about the parents, honestly? You know, you're being immoral nightmares anyway. They're trying to secure the bag through this weird-ass life. I don't care what happens to you guys, honestly. It's more your children. It doesn't seem fair. Whatever way you dress it up, it's foregoing their wants and needs. But I suppose the big issue in all of this is how the hell do you regulate this? Say if you're like an inspector comes to check out the RV family's life to make sure the children are like adequately looked after. They'll be given like an inspection date and everybody can play Happy Families for like a few hours, right? That's a very simple thing to do. Jimmy, if you act normal and vaguely compos mentis, you'll get 1 hour at the arcade. Real games, Jimmy, not just reading manuals. Oh boy, that would be nice, mother. I don't know why I've made them sound freaky. They'd probably actually be trying to talk through the tears of of just wanting a normal life. Anyway, that's a sad joke. But yeah, like, that's easy. Everyone can spoof that, make it seem good. It will be like the long-term effects when these people grow up to be, you know, young adults, and they make that impulsive decision to, you know, leave home because they're 17 or 18 or whatever, and they're like, no, I just want my own room, I want to do my own thing, I want to have actual friends, not just ones I make online or whatever. And they've got a lifetime learn about how to be a functional person in a place where you pay rent and have a job all in one go. It'd be like the most overwhelming, oh my goodness, how would you cope and navigate that? And I think that's just like the big stopping point in this whole video essay. It can't be regulated. Kids are going to take huge L's in this. Who wins? The capitalistic parents that are just shoving this content down the kids' throats. They can't get out of it because it's a freaking RV. What can you do? It's a huge, massive L for the children, and the parents will sell you plans, and they'll be like, this is such a cool RV, you should get one like this. I'm getting commission. And all of that is at the expense of the child. Lord. Meanwhile, the boating children, they're off in Atlantis and they've actually managed to grow gills. I hope Poseidon's treating you nice. Maybe you guys will rise up out the sea and sink your parents' ship. Or maybe you'll become like the Kraken. I'm not promoting anything heinous towards the parents, I must suggest or state. I'm just trying to make light of a shitty situation which sucks, which I probably don't even need to do. We can just acknowledge it's shitty. Let's talk about it in the comment section. I'm sure I've missed out some points because I let my... Oh, did I just knock your hat off, Skog? I'm so sorry. Because I think I let my emotions get the better of me and my want to talk about this, so I probably miss things out. But let's get the ball rolling. Let's talk about it in the comment sections. What do you think about RV channels? Do you agree that they're just the heinous, more capitalistic evolution of original family channels? What's next? We've got boat channels. Do we have like, what is next? Space channels? Just Elon Musk with his child in, I don't know, it's all sad. But yeah, let's talk about it in the comment section. I've been your boy Cattle's Life. If you've enjoyed this, please feel free to subscribe. If you've got this far and you haven't subscribed, that is impressive. I respect you. And there'll be another video essay here, and I shall see you all in the next one. Okay, bye.